Hi guys, and welcome to Escape Wheel Watch Reviews. My name is Steve, and today we're going to be reviewing the Baltany D12 military watch model D202032. Very catchy name, I know. The watch was sent to me for free by the Baltany Watches official store on AliExpress. I don't have to send the watch back, but you know the deal by now. It's not going to sway my review one way or the other. The retail price for this watch is about $123 US. It will be available during an upcoming sale for around $111 US. The watch comes in 3 different colorways. You have this white, which is actually more of a kind of cement gray color, and then you have more traditional colors with a dark blue as well as a black. So this watch case is made of 316L stainless steel. It has a sapphire crystal, a screw down crown, a screw down case back, 200 meters of claimed water resistance. It comes on a pretty decent leather strap, which we'll talk about, and then it is powered by a Seiko quartz movement. So they moved into quartz just to drop the price down a little bit. Baltany watches are a little bit more expensive, but I think they're worth it. I think they're great value. They're really nice watches, they're dropping these prices down just because of the cost of inflation. Everything is going up. They're trying to bring their cost down a little bit, and I think using a sub 6 second is perfectly acceptable. I have no problem with a quartz as long as it's a sub second quartz or a sweeping quartz. So pretty happy that they're using this movement in this one just to get it into a more affordable price bracket. I think it's a great watch. I think before we get into the full review of this thing, I'm going to do a quick wrist check today. So here is the new watch. This is a Pagani design, new dive watch. I don't even know the model number of this thing. I'll put the model number right down at the bottom. But really happy with this watch so far. I've only had it for about a day, and I think it's great. I'm not sure if this review will go live before this one. It just depends. I know this one is on a pretty big sale, but so is this one, so we'll see. Let's get to the review. Let's do the dimensions. So one of my big issues with Baltany is, not really issues, it's not an issue for a lot of people, but it is kind of an issue for me, is they use a lot of really small cases. They got 36 millimeter cases, or they've got like 42 millimeter cases. This one is right bang on in the sweet spot. It is 39 millimeters on the diameter, got 11.8 millimeters thick, and that includes that top hat sapphire. We got 20 millimeter lug width, which I believe the listing states 18 millimeters, so Baltany, if you're watching, change that, and a lug to lug of 46.2 millimeters. So the dimensions on this thing are perfect, 39 and under 47 lug to lug. You can see you've got really nice turn down to those lugs as well. This thing wears really, really good. Very happy with the way this thing wears. So I'm going to go outside right now and throw it on my wrist for you. And here we are on my 7.5 inch wrist. And as you can see, it just wears great. The lug to lug is right in my sweet spot. You can see it's got plenty of curvature to the lugs there. Kind of hugs my wrist really nicely. Very happy with that. It's got a thin mid case too, which is really playing with the eyes there and making it look thinner than it is. I think it looks great, absolutely great. We've got no problems. Very legible dial as well, and I think this thing looks really good. A couple things I'd change, which we'll talk about, but overall I'm very happy with this watch. Unfortunately, the sun decided to dip behind a cloud, but still, even with the sun, I've got no problems reading this thing. The crystals they use on these Baltany watches are absolutely fantastic. Plenty of anti-reflective coating, and they just look really, really good. Very happy with them. No issues at all with legibility. But let's go inside. We'll throw this on a few straps, and we'll get back to the review. Here we are on a vintage leather strap. This is the link down below. I think this thing looks pretty good on it. I do like that. I like all the taper, and just the way that this case hugs the wrist is just something special, I think. So very happy with that, and I think it looks good. What do you guys think? Got a few more straps to throw it on though, so we'll get back to it. And here we are on a brown or tan vario vintage leather strap. I think this thing looks awesome. This has been my go-to. Again, it wears just so well, and I love it. It looks really good, very comfortable, very happy with it. What do you guys think? And here we are on a dark, kind of an olive green pearl-on strap. I actually think this looks really good. I wasn't expecting this one to look good, but I think that gray with the green just kind of works for me. I don't know what it is. There's a little bit of sun for you. I think this looks really good. That's probably my favorite one. What do you guys think? Very light and very comfortable, this setup. Very happy with it. These purlins are down below in a link, so go check those out. And yeah, one layer underneath the strap or underneath the watch there. Still sits really, really good. Very happy with this thing. What do you guys think? And here we are on a dark blue NATO strap. 2 layers underneath. It still sits really nice, I think. I think that's blue and this gray. It all just kind of works well. What do you guys think? I like it. I like it a lot. Let's go back inside and we'll get back to the review. Alright, let's talk about the case finishing. So case finishing on this is done really nice, as is expected now from Baltany. Very happy with the case finishing. It's pretty simple on this one. It is fully brushed. You can see here vertical brushing on the tops of the lugs there, circular brushing on the bezel. There's no polished surfaces. It's brushed even on this vertical surface of the bezel there. You got a nice linear brushing horizontal across the case there. Really, really happy with the case finishing on this thing. Yeah, I mean, it's just done really good. All these bottom edges here are honed nicely, so it's not digging into the wrist or anything like that. I'm just really happy, very happy with the case finishing on this. Even between the lugs, it's done nicely. No problems at all. Here you can see on the other side, you got a nice big crown. Let's get a measurement on that crown for you. This crown is pretty big for this case. It's a 7mm crown, so that is pretty big for this case. Very happy with it. It doesn't stick out too far or anything like that. Plenty of grip on that crown too. It's got this really cool radial brushing on the crown itself, unsigned, which is a little bit of a letdown, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of what you expect with Baltany. There's not much branding on this other than on the dial. Sterile case back with that same radial brushing. Simple tools to get in there if you ever need to pop out this case and replace the battery. Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy with the case finishing on this thing. Even the bottom of the lugs are finished pretty nicely. I mean, you got circular brushing on the bottom of the lugs. Very happy with this case. Very happy with the case finishing. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's get onto the crystal. And we'll test it for a sapphire. No surprise, it is a sapphire crystal, and it is a very nice sapphire crystal. There's something about Baltany crystals, wherever they're getting their crystals from, they need to share that information and give it to everybody, because the crystals they use are absolutely awesome. Very happy with the crystals on them. You can see it's a really nice bubbled top, double dome sapphire crystal. Lots of distortion right on the edges, but no distortion even at steep angles. I mean, this crystal is super nice, very nice, plenty of anti-reflective coating. It's not a blue anti-reflective, it's a clear anti-reflective. I am just very, very happy with every crystal I've had on a Baltany watch. They've been great. All right, so let's talk about the dial. So the dial is done really nicely. The quality of everything I think is top notch. The printing is done really nicely. As you can see here, you've got a black railroad minute track around the outside. You got your Fotina plots of Lume here, and we'll talk about the Lume in just a second. I think it looks really good. Very happy with the Baltany branding. I do like the font that they use and the little broad arrow. I think is pretty cool. The subdial here, really nicely done. Got a nice circular texture with really nice printing on it. I think I'm, very happy with it. The second hand down here doesn't quite match the minute and hour hands here. As you can see, it's got white Lume on it. I'm not sure why they did that. I'd rather have no Lume down here than have a mismatched Lume. Yeah, that's one of my main issues with it. The handset on this, I'm not a huge fan of, but that is subjective. I do think they're really nicely sized, but I'm just not a fan of the how they broke up these two hands. I think if they just used regular sword hands, I think they would be a little bit better. They're nicely done though, nicely polished, as you can see here. Even the middle pinion here is covered up nicely. Not quite as clean as like a San Martin does with their little capped second hands, but still pretty nicely done there. It's not just an open hole. My other issue with this watch is the Lume plots around the outside. On this dial specifically, I don't think it's going to be an issue with the other ones. This one specifically, you lose those things in the daylight. You just can't really see them at all. I wish they'd put a little bit of a black surround around them. And I think that would help them stand out a little bit and help this be a little bit more legible. As of right now, though, I still think it's plenty legible. It just definitely could be a little bit better. And talking about being a little bit better, we'll talk about the Lume. So I'm going to pop up a Lume shot right now. And here you can see the hands on this thing are super bright. They glow really, really good. Even the numerals on the dial, which are black painted, are actually lumed, which is a surprise. No surprise is that they fade pretty quickly, and as well as the indices on the outside, those fade quickly. But you can see the minutes hand, the hour hand, and even the seconds hand, even though they are mismatched in lume, they do last quite a while, and I think they're pretty good. And when you're talking about the lume of a watch, if you're talking about something lasting a long time, you want it to be the hands, not the dial. So at least I got that part right. All right, so let's talk about the movement in this. So the movement is operated by this 3 o'clock screw down crown here. Really nice screw in, screw out action. Very satisfying pop out when it disengages from the threads. It is a no date movement, so you pull it out once. It does hack the seconds hand, and then you can set your time. And overall, I'm very happy with the way this thing moves. You've got really nice feedback to the crown there. Screw in, screw out action is just buttery smooth on this watch. Very, very happy with that. Couldn't really ask for more. Really nice grip on the crown as well. The VD78 movement, I didn't find any numbers as far as battery life goes. I'm assuming it's going to be like a 3-year battery. The battery cell on it is a 377. I'm very happy with the quartz movement in this thing. It's been quiet. It's been accurate, obviously. And, you know, the interaction through the crown has been excellent. I've got no issues with it. Okay, so let's talk about the strap that comes with this. So the strap on this is actually a pretty decent leather strap, as you get with all Baltanys. So this one here, it does taper from 20 down to 18 millimeters at the clasp. I think it's a perfect length. I'm kind of right in the middle of all these holes here, so you got plenty of adjustments there. You've got really nice kind of cream stitching up here, right next to the lugs. And then you've got a little accent down here on the tongue. Flipping it over, you do have genuine leather, no quick release, which I would like to see Baltany start using. One floating keeper here, one stationary keeper, and then a pretty solid buckle. Although the buckle on these and all Baltanys, you know, they use this, you know, sand blasted or bead blasted buckle, and it just doesn't match the case. I wish they would stick with a brushed buckle here, maybe sign it with your Baltany logo. I think that would be pretty cool. Just bring it up a notch. I mean, these are nice enough straps that you're going to want to at least keep them in the watch box. Maybe not keep the watch on these straps, but you're going to want to keep them in the watch box because they are pretty good, you know, pretty flexible right out of the box, and they smell like nice leather, and I've been pretty happy with them. I haven't even really taken this one off this one because I think this color really does suit this dial pretty good. But yeah, I do like the strap. I think it's worth keeping around. So there you go, guys. That is the Baltany D12, the Dirty Dozen, you know, field watch, military watch, model number S202032. I think this is a really cool watch. I do really, really like that dial color, that kind of slate gray. I mean, not even a slate gray. It's like a cement gray. It's very close to white, but definitely leans more towards gray. I really think this dial color is awesome. Just a couple little things that are, you know, kind of annoying me about this little watch. That seconds hand, just put a regular non-loomed one. I think that would be better. And then maybe, you know, outline these lume markers in black, and I think that would make a really solid watch. Even now, though, I think this case, that crown, that sapphire crystal, the dial color, yeah, I mean, this thing just rocks. I love it. And this is one that I'm going to be wearing for quite a while. I think I do really enjoy this piece. And yeah, I think it'll stick around in the collection for a while. So thank you to Baltany. If you want to buy this watch, head down to the link in the description. That is an affiliate link. I really appreciate you guys using my affiliate links. And it, you know, it not only brings some commission to the channel, but it also lets the stores know that I sent you there, and you know, they're willing to send me some more watches. So keep on using those links. I'll keep reviewing some Baltanys. I've got another one coming up on the channel pretty soon. These things are great. Very happy with the Baltanys. You know, you're paying a little bit extra, but I think it's worth it. Especially, I mean, those crystals. I mean, there's something about this crystal and these case shapes that they use. They're just wonderful. Very happy with them. Very, very happy with them. And the quality control has always been really good with them too. So yeah, I'm very happy with them. And I forgot to mention, they all come in a pretty cool travel pouch. So yeah, very happy with that. Nice little packaging and presentation. So you're getting a little extra for that too. Yeah, been pretty happy with them. I think that's about it though. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.